Teams are in the tunnel. We're almost ready for Leeds United's first entry into the Carabao Cup competition for this season, and hopefully not the last. After all the excitement of Saturday's opener against Portsmouth, from which some of you may just be recovering, the commentary team included, we now look forward potentially to more thrills and spills in a knockout competition. Leeds walk out into the evening shadow here on what has been a beautiful afternoon in West Yorkshire. I drove up from Cornwall on a family holiday earlier today. A long old drive that one is, so full respect to those Cornwall Whites and Devon Whites who regularly make the trip to watch Leeds United. But I left grey cloud, rain, and arrived in West Yorkshire to blue skies and bright sunshine, and some of that sunshine still casts itself across parts of the stadium now as the noise levels rise. It's another fantastic crowd here at Ellen Road tonight. It looks like it must be a capacity crowd, and it will be one of the few at this early stage of this competition. Not overly loved by many in a sense at these early stages, but the Leeds fans have embraced it, as they embrace every game of football that they have the opportunity to come and watch here at Ellen Road. Word for the Boro fans as well, because not only have they got the traditional away section here this evening, but they've also got a section in the south stand as well. Long time since we've seen away here at Ellen Road, but that is the case tonight.
It looks strange. It doesn't seem right. No, they're a great support. Not too far to travel down, of course, and they would like nothing better to knock us out of the cup. So we're going to make sure we're really on it, but with those amount of changes that we've made, a lot of players out there tonight for us have got a point to prove. They want to get in that side against West Brom on Saturday, but the only way they can force their way in by playing well tonight.
Yeah, Daniel Farke has kept just 3 of the team that started the game against Portsmouth here on Saturday for this one this evening. And it's the same situation with Michael Carrick and Middlesbrough as well. So, as is kind of traditional now at this stage of the competition, particularly championship clubs, but others perhaps in League One and League Two perhaps sometimes as well, managers do see this as an opportunity in a sense to almost, it's competitive, there is something significant at the end of it, but it's almost like another prep game, isn't it?
You're right, and I think we're a little fortunate in that we're playing a side really in a mirror image to us, in that they've made the same amount of changes. They're going to be going for that championship title as well, 46 games, so they're having to manage their resources as we are. So let's see which team come out on top, and hopefully our changes have a greater effect.
Well, changes there have been many, but the side still has a strong look to it, and every single one of those who's named in the lineup tonight has significant first team experience, and if you look down the bench, that's also the case as well. So the group has been expanded even as players have left in the summer, but what Daniel Farke will want to see is the evidence of that strength in depth, I think, tonight, isn't it?
It is, and you can make a case for just about every single player out there that I should be in the starting 11. I think Gelhardt, for me, is the one that he's got another chance. So this is a really huge game. We've said that a few times about Joe Gelhardt, but tonight especially, hard to see him, starting another full 90 minutes. But if this one doesn't go well, but you're right, a lot of good players out there. Let's hope we've got a good team out there. That's most important.
The game is underway. Leeds United are kicking from our left to right. We're in our normal position under the roof of the West Stand, just slightly to the left side of halfway. Wober making his first start since the Tottenham home game, May 23. Joe Rodon with the pass back to Carl Darlow, who gets the calling goal for Leeds this evening. And Wober back to the keeper once more. Another chance, actually. Wober will really be another one of those you would think who will be looking to make his claim and remind people of what he's all about.
Yes, I think Wober and Aaronson, they know they've got certainly a job to do to win over the fans, but they've come back, they're determined, they need to show professionalism when they get their chance, as you say, show what they can do. And let's hope that we get a good performance out of Wober.
Gelhardt for Leeds United on the halfway line. Rothwell making his first competitive start for Leeds United in the centre of midfield. Ampadu sitting in between the two central defenders, plays it wide down the left side. It's just too far ahead of Junior Firpo and it goes out of play. And that'll be a Middlesbrough throw-in midway inside their own half. Michael Carrick watching on for Middlesbrough from the touchline. Lat, the man who caused so much trouble to Leeds last season in the two meetings. Remember, they finished 3-2 and 4-3 in Leeds' favour. Is on the bench. He scored the winning goal, the only goal of the game against Swansea in their opening championship fixture at the weekend.
I have to say, I wasn't too disappointed with that, because you're right, he is a really sharp striker and certainly likes playing against us.
Up front for Boro tonight is Josh Coburn, who's been linked with a move, it would appear, to Millwall. So whether this is a chance for them to make their mind up in terms of that transfer deal, maybe it is. Leeds attacking. Piroe breaks kindly. Aaronson, and Firpo's in space, and Firpo's shot comes off the legs of goalkeeper Brynn and spins up in the air. And Leeds were very, very close there to making the opening score of the game.
Excellent stop, wasn't it, from the debutant keeper Brynn, but maybe we should have stuck that one away. Another chance goes begging.
Attack down the left side, ball into the penalty area. Firpo taps it back in. Aaronson dances his way through, and Firpo then stabs a shot goalwards. It's blocked, cleared. Ampadu just with a overly enthusiastic challenge on Coburn on the edge of his own penalty area, and that will be a Boro free kick. So the first chance of the game quite clearly goes to Leeds United.
It certainly did. It's a great ball out to Junior Firpo. A lot of players, to be fair, back on the line as well, so he gets it past the keeper. Might have been stopped anyway, but it's a good save. Sol
Brynn's first action in a Boro shirt, a debutant goalkeeper for the away side this evening. 23 years old. He's had a couple of loan spells in lower leagues. Boro it is who try and launch their first attack with a crossfield ball swung out to the right side, and then back infield it comes to Alex Gilbert. He's got space to operate in through the midfield. Challenge is a good one from Rodon to get Leeds on the front foot again here. Moving forward, Gelhardt just outside the penalty area. Works it onto his left foot, comes inside, still trying to get to the ball, stumbles a little, and it's cleared away. And Joe Gelhardt couldn't work out quite what the right moment was there. There's a lovely little step over down the right-hand side from Burgzorg into the penalty area at the other end. Shoots on goal, saved by Darlow at his near post. Again, goalkeeper saving with the feet, and this time Boro end up with a corner kick.
Well, it's another good save from Darlow. Excellent work, wasn't it, on the right-hand side. Beat Wober, all ends up. Unfortunately, Brynn, this is end-to-end again. We've seen this somewhere before. That was a really good stop.
So, we've had chances at the end away to our right and to our left in the opening 5 minutes of this game. Mind you, by this time on last Saturday, Leeds had hit the crossbar twice. So Middlesbrough corner to defend here as it swings in, and it's headed just wide of goal. Took a couple of deflections on its way, and Darlow was happy in the end just to watch it spin away beyond his right-hand post.
Well, that's an outswinger, and you can see all our players actually going back with their men. There was space there for Coburn, who does well just to really help it on. Fortunately, no runner could tuck it away.
So a lively opening to this game, which has a proper cup tie atmosphere. I'm sure there are many who are enjoying perhaps their first competitive experience of Ellen Road this evening. Young fans who come in for this Carabao Cup football. And already signs are that they could be in for an entertaining evening.
Well, it's always entertaining. Sometimes way too entertaining.
Yeah.
Just looking at our formation as well, it's interesting. Our front three are actually quite close together behind Bamford, narrow, allowing Firpo to get up the left and Byram to get up the right.
Ampadu chests the ball forward, but it's too heavy. And it's collected in midfield by Morris and then played out to Engel, new signing. over the head of Rodon and Coburn on the halfway line, and rolls all the way through to Darlow, who just pushes it out to Max Wöber. Surprisingly, it's the first time these two teams have ever met in this competition. Both have obviously previously won it, but never come together in what we could describe in old money terms as the League Cup before. Rodon. Back it goes to Wöber. Now Aaronson. And Wöber once more. Ethan Ampadu further behind him to Joe Rodon. Leeds playing it across the back. It goes back to Wöber, left side. Further ahead of him is Junior Firpo. Firpo has the ball midway inside the Middlesbrough half. Back it goes to Max Wöber, and then Ampadu. And then waiting in the centre circle is Rodon, and then waiting wide right side is the man we heard from before the game, Sam Byram. Byram making his 150th start for Leeds United tonight. First one was 10 years ago against Middlesbrough. Ball into the penalty area. Wöber on, looking for Bamford. Comes down for Gelhardt. Gelhardt brings it under control in the penalty area. Tucks it out to Byram. Gets the ball back off Byram. And then it goes into Rothwell. Rothwell goes backwards to Rodon. Leeds retreat and lose a little ground as the ball is with Firpo. May lose a lot of ground here as it's back in the Leeds half with Wöber. Possession is kept as ground is conceded. Rodon goes back to the Austrian international. Tucked into the path of Ampadu to drop a shoulder and move forward for Leeds into that Boro half. Goes down the channel. Firpo on the overlap. Just beaten to the ball by Jones. Jones can't keep that one under proper control, and it goes into touch with a big roar from the fans in the East Stand for a Leeds throw in.
Well, certainly patient, weren't we, with the ball then, and eventually it come back to Ampadu, then striding forward. And I'm looking forward to seeing that a lot this season. Just Ethan Ampadu just having an effect on the game a bit further forward from where he played at centre half last season.
Wöber on the ball for Leeds. And now Rodon, wide left to Ampadu, comes back to Wöber. Now Rothwell to Gelhardt. Good noise from the home supporters as Ampadu picks the ball up in the centre circle for Leeds United. Looks to his left and right, goes right to Gelhardt, who pushes it down the line. Byram fouled. Bad tackle from, oh, not a good tackle from Clarke, let's put it that way. Wasn't particularly malicious, just poorly timed. Clumsy,
extremely clumsy. I actually thought the ball into Piroe was on if you just waited Gelhardt, and at some point you'd like to get it into either Bamford or Piroe's feet and around the box, but as it is, we win a free kick. What we do know from pre-season is that Rothwell, when he gets over the ball, can deliver a really good ball into the box.
Saw some decent set pieces on Saturday, and in pre-season we've seen some good signs from Rothwell in terms of his delivery as well, so he has the chance now to put one into the Middlesbrough penalty area, just in from the near side touchline. Rothwell awaits the signal, which duly arrives. Good shape on that one. Header from Byram. Had space almost in the middle of goal there, Sam Byram. He just couldn't keep his header down, but what a great ball in.
It really was, in a dangerous area. Good bit of dip as well. Byram wasn't quite running onto it, was he? Just had to jump up in the air. However, there was plenty of pace on the ball, just guide it into that far corner. Gets a little bit too much on it, but good delivery.
Aaronson commits a foul as he's trying to get the ball back off Jones over on the far touchline and deep in the Boro half. And the ball goes back into the Middlesbrough penalty area, and it's at the feet of Sol Brynn. BRY-double-N. Pushed out and then forward into the centre circle to Coburn, robbed by Piroe. Piroe, of course, wearing the number 10 shirt for Leeds this season. Wöber to Byram, and then back to Rodon. And then Wöber wide to Firpo. It's been a first round pretty short on shocks thus far. Championship clubs have prevailed in most of the ties in which they've been involved. West Brom, who did go out to Fleetwood.
having made lots of changes to their starting 11. Gelhardt with a foul, and it's on Burgzorg, and it's in the Leeds half. He's just a little bit loose at the back there. Had possession at the start of that, and then it was conceded.
Yeah, poor from Wober, just put the ball certainly at risk, and then Gelhardt with a needless foul as well.
So Boro with familiar figure of Johnny Howson working from the back, lose it, and now Aaronson. Will it break for Rothwell? Yes, it will. Just not once but twice. He's done really well. Nipped in ahead of two incoming challenges there and worked the ball for Leeds. Now it's with Piroe. Piroe, step over, gets to the byline. Just a roll back into the middle. Aaronson tries to turn it on further, and Boro just about clear it away. Do they though? On the edge of the box, Rothwell breaking out to the left-hand side, tried to get a little touch with the outstep into the path of Aaronson, and it's cleared out to Wober. Wober just puts it back up in the air, and Firpo helps it back in field. And Middlesbrough win possession, and suddenly Wober has to go into a strong defensive challenge on the halfway line and concedes a throw in.
That was certainly better, but nice play, wasn't it, down the right-hand side. Piroe just allowing the ball to run across, and Aaronson knew where his players were, couldn't quite get enough purchase on the ball, back to Byram.
Brandon Aaronson, who had some day on Saturday, having come on in the second half, produced that really late equaliser, and then had that fantastic chance to win the game just after, and didn't quite take that chance, but he'll be looking to build on that positive impression.
Eventful cameo.
That's a really
absolutely
good,
eventful cameo.
really good phrase. That's why they pay you big bucks, Tony.
And it was great to see him score,
cameo.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's the thing. It really was.
Middlesbrough into the box, but it's cut out by Wober. Rothwell gets away with it and works it out to Firpo, and now Aaronson, well, he's just run that one out of play, so that will be a Middlesbrough throw in almost on the halfway line. And Brandon Aaronson protests that the ball had stayed in, but the ref's assistant was looking at the line, and he very much disagreed.
I think Aaronson, I mean, like Gelhardt, obviously they'd rather come inside, so they'll be a little bit narrow. If they start wide, they'll then come inside and allow that space for the fullbacks to get forward. I thought pre-season against Hanover, I thought they did it particularly well, Firpo and Aaronson on that left-hand side, so they can reproduce something like that. There were plenty of good adventurous play down that flank.
Goalkeeper Brynn with a long ball out wide to the right side. It's a decent ball as well, and Boro can start to build an attack. The ball is just tucked inside to Gilbert in midfield, level with the edge of the Leeds box. Gilbert gets it back again, rolls the pass off to Morris, and then it's delivered through two players to the right side, and then when it's pushed forward into the path of the forward run from Gilbert, the pass is overhit and it goes behind, and it's a goal kick.
Well, the bit up play to that point was actually very good from Middlesbrough. They moved the ball well, shifted it to the spare man, and then the last ball was actually an easy pass, just overhit.
Luke Ayling is amongst the potential replacements for Middlesbrough this evening. Not in the starting 11 when his name was announced before kick-off. Got a huge roar from the home supporters.
And rightly so. What a great servant he has been.
Oh, now then, there's a problem for Leeds as Ampadu, well, he goes down. It looked like Coburn had robbed him and had a run through on goal, but the referee, Anthony Backhouse, has stepped in to save the day for Leeds. He's blown for a free kick.
No, certainly a foul. He missed the ball, got a piece of Ampadu.
Darlow with the ball out to Rodon. We've had 15 minutes here at Ellen Road. Chances early on for both sides, both producing goal-keeping saves, but since then, not too much of note in terms of goal-scoring opportunities. Rodon, right side to Byram. Goes back to the central defender. Rothwell comes in short, Ampadu just ahead of him. Rothwell gets it back, Byram goes on a run. Rothwell puts it in his direction. Interception header comes from Engel. And then it's kicked against Gelhardt. It comes off Gelhardt and out for a Boro throw-in, pretty much level with the edge of their own box. And Lucas Engel, the Silkeborg player, is the man with the ball in his hand. Coburn with a header. Gilbert helps it on. Wober defends, just half volleys it back to Darlow outside the box. Rodon. Now Wober goes long, looking for the run through the middle of Piroe. Doesn't get to him. Boro have men around the ball. Bamford just leaned into the back of Dijksteel there. So that will be a Middlesbrough free kick. An opportunity for Leeds to build something. He's lost.
Not really got Bamford in the game whatsoever. Hasn't had too many touches. He came on, of course, against Portsmouth and not to great effect. I thought all the changes didn't really have the desired effect. So he needs to show a bit more quality with the balls into Patrick Bamford.
Boro still taking their time over free kick. Now it's played. It's for Dijksteel. Howson, 36 years old, but shows a little bit of pace there to get forward and then gives the ball away to junior Firpo. Joe Rodon out to this right hand side and Sam Byram. Back it goes to Rodon. Aaronson happy to go back to the goalkeeper to get Leeds going again, building from the back. Darlow to Rodon. And Byram breaks kindly for Rothwell. Gets it infield to Ampadu, just puts a foot under it, scoops it forward. It's an easy catch for Brynn on the edge of his penalty area.
The shape of Middlesbrough is good, isn't it? They always seem to come to Ellen Road well organised. Certainly tactically adept is Michael Carrick's, but we need to try and unsettle them. Certainly move the ball quicker, find the spaces.
Darlow slices the back pass from Rodon straight up in the air, drops just outside the penalty area. Rodon does well to win it back cleanly. Byram then is fouled by Gilbert, slides across him, and Leeds have a free kick down below us here in their own half.
Got ourselves in a sticky situation there. Darlow with an unconvincing clearance, but no harm done.
Ampadu back to Rodon. Ampadu then goes left side to Firpo. Aaronson halfway to Firpo. Goes back to Wober and then Ampadu. Now Joe Rodon has Gelhardt waiting on his right. He comes on his left foot and gives it back to Rodon. And then Ampadu across the edge of the centre circle to Wober into the Boro half. Now it's on from Piroe to Aaronson to attack. Tucks it inside to Byram. Byram gives it back to Piroe on the edge of the penalty area, and just a foot took it away from Joel Piroe as he was trying to get into a position to have a shot on goal then. And a moment of some promise for Leeds just breaks down on the edge of the box.
I just wonder, he had options out to his left-hand side, a couple of them that he didn't turn to, but that was certainly better, working our way through the middle. And if you're going to play the likes of Joel Piroe in that number 10 position, that's where you need to find him.
Good ball down the left side touchline for Firpo. Firpo moves up to the edge of the penalty area, a little step over, trying to get to the byline, and it's a corner kick to Leeds United. So the Middlesbrough man fell to the floor, it hit him as he fell, went behind, and Leeds have a first corner.
Well, he was playing for that, wasn't he? It was just a little touch on his back.
Hand, didn't he?
Yeah, you can't just fall down like that. Did he tread in his hands?
I thought it did.
Ouch.
Corner kick is awarded. Good shape on that one as well, and then waiting was Ampadu, but it was just deflected away from him as it appeared to be dropping into his path, and nobody from Leeds made a proper challenge on that.
Good ball again though, isn't it? That's the thing, it's into a dangerous area, it's on the 6-yard line, dipping in front of goal. You know, if I was Rothwell, I'm saying, okay, who's in there?
Yeah.
You know, attack it.
Can't do much more than that.
No.
Rodon. Gnonto appears to warm up down the touchline to much applause. as Firpo is fouled on the halfway line. If Brendan Aaronson wants a kind of little measure as to how things can turn around, Willie Gnonto provides it as Byram attacks for Leeds. In it goes to Gelhardt, cuts the ball back into the middle over the outstretched fingertips of the goalkeeper to the far post, but there was nobody there for Leeds. But then a right old mix-up at the back from Middlesbrough, and Isaiah Jones unnecessarily puts the ball behind, and it's another Leeds corner.
Excellent, really good play. It all started with finding Piroe again. Comes out to Byram, and the chip from Gelhardt eventually is lovely, exquisite, but no one at the back post.
So Leeds have another chance to put the ball into an area of danger. There's been a pressure building on Middlesbrough now from Leeds United. Signal is given. Again, in swinger, right into the middle of goal. Breaks out towards Gelhardt, just outside the D. Working it on his right foot. Pushed away from goal by red shirts aplenty, and then he's fouled as he shields the ball well. And the challenge comes in from Barlaser. And Leeds have a free kick just outside the Middlesbrough penalty area. Good
play from Gelhardt, going absolutely nowhere, and gets the foul, but it's Matt Clarke again. The corner kick was another really good one, but Clarke seems to be a magnet onto his head at the moment. We need to stop that and try and get in there first, but good defending.
Central defenders are up there and in there. As Leeds have two men standing over the ball. Rothwell inevitably is one of them. I think Gelhardt is only there because he's tying his bootlace up, and he'll be moving off to a different space. That indeed is the case. Definitely Rothwell was going to be the man to take this for Leeds. So it's about 8 yards outside the Middlesbrough penalty area, level with the edge of the box. So you'll look to drop this in somewhere around penalty spot or beyond, you'd think. Rothwell curls it towards the penalty spot, breaks out for Gelhardt, who maybe caught in two minds there, and ultimately tries a kind of half volley that hits the ground and spins way over the crossbar. Yeah,
I think he was probably more intent of getting his body across and getting there first, but the ball was very difficult to control. It was high, and unfortunately nowhere near the goal.
So we've had 24 minutes here at Ellen Road, and we await the first goal of this EFL Cup first round tie.
We've certainly been solid enough, just only one chance given up early in the game, but after that we've certainly been the better side.
Bamford, the ex-Boro man, in possession for Leeds. Ampadu with the outstep, curls a ball to Byram, and then Rothwell puts one up in the air, looking for the run left side of Bamford, but Howson had read it all the way and got up and just nodded it back into the goalkeeper.
Good ball, good vision, wasn't it? And at least Bamford made the run. Rothwell saw it and tries to feed it into him, almost.
Wober battling with Coburn as well. Second header is won and helped on to Gelhardt. And then it's Bamford who's fouled. The play continues with Leeds having an advantage, only temporarily though, and now the referee has called it back for the Leeds free kick.
Good play, and Bamford just got in there first, and he certainly felt that one. It was a late challenge, wasn't it? Gelhardt with a little touch inside, going for a 1-2. Unfortunately, Bamford stepped on. That's a nasty one.
He's back on his feet. Patrick Bamford just trying to shake it off. Howson, the man who fouled him. Morley boy. Leeds with a free kick then. Again, Rothwell has the chance to put this one more centrally positioned this time, in towards the penalty area. Middlesbrough with a solid line of red and white shirts across the edge of the box. Leeds white mainly in a cluster at the far side of the D. Rothwell puts it into that place now, and it's headed into the middle by Ampadu, but not to a teammate, and it will be cleared away by Gilbert. It goes cross field, left to right. Middlesbrough with Barlaser in possession. Gets the ball back in his own half. Of course, we have a winner this evening. The days of replays in this competition are long gone. So it's straight to penalties if it's all square at the end. Middlesbrough in possession now. Ball goes down there right, and it's still going down there right. Dijksteel has done well here. Firpo's got back in to take the ball off him. Boro won possession back again though. Aaronson leans into his man, Firpo also, and it comes off Firpo, and he's exasperated to see that a corner kick has been awarded to Middlesbrough.
The referee's assistant is right there in front of him. We're going to see if he's made the correct decision. Does Firpo touch it? Didn't see a touch there by Firpo. Not sure what happened.
No, it looked like the final touch was off Burgzorg, but not how the assistant saw it. He flagged. Middlesbrough have the corner kick that results. Gilbert goes in low. Bamford sweeps it out the penalty area, but straight back to Gilbert. Delivers into the box. Berber has to put his foot through that one to clear the danger as it comes forward. Waiting on the halfway line to collect it was Isaiah Jones, who goes back to the goalkeeper. And Middlesbrough have possession in their own half. Clarke, experienced central defender. Long ball. Well taken down by Dijksteel, but Byram read it and got it back to Darlow, who gives it back to Byram under pressure, all of that, but well done. And then Middlesbrough win it back on the halfway line. So at the moment, it's the away side who are having slightly the better of this even contest. Wober intercepts well for Leeds to Rothwell, back to Wober it goes again. This time all he can do is clear forward. Bamford takes it down the chest, and then the layoff from Piroe is loose. It should have gone to Ampadu, it didn't. And Middlesbrough win possession back in the Leeds half. They have the ball down their right-hand side. And Gilbert now in field as an advantage is played. Coming in first challenge, but Rothwell's read it to good effect, and then stumble as Gelhardt tries to clear it away. All a bit of a mess this. Ball up in the air now. Coburn with a header straight up. Ampadu helps it forward, but not very far, and Boro have it back once more. There's a Boro man down still. It's Jones over on the far side. They'll probably kick the ball into touch shortly because he's been down some time now. In fact, the referee brings a temporary halt to proceedings anyway.
Yeah, so Jones seems a bit of an innocuous collision, but he has stayed down. And just that scrappy bit of play. Here we're seeing the challenge. Sam Byram. Jones has passed it inside and just gone for the return. Byram's kind of stood there and just collected Jones. No doubt the Middlesbrough man's come off worse, but a little sloppy, aren't we, in possession? Just trying little 1-2s in and around the box, and that goes a little bit wrong. Suddenly we give the opposition a good chance at goal, and they almost had that there.
Just seeing on our monitor, familiar face, Jonathan Woodgate, part of the Middlesbrough coaching team these days. Had a great spell here at Leeds United. It still has very warm feelings for the football club as well. As Luke Ayling appears down below for the first time, and you can hear the reaction of the home supporters. He's probably the only away player who they wouldn't mind seeing score a goal here at Ellen Road, maybe.
Well, no, we like to see him, but we don't want to see him score.
Maybe that is
I wouldn't go that far.
Stretching it a little far.
Or if we're 4-0 up, yeah, he can score.
And inevitably, your Leeds and you know you are is the song from those away to our left-hand side. The game yet to restart as Jones is over on the far side touchline now, ready to come back on, it would appear. The game is being held up in the meantime. The referee will resume things with a drop ball, which I think will be uncontested in favour of Middlesbrough, who were in possession when he blew his whistle. Drop down to Gilbert. And then Barlaser spots the run down the left of Engel. Plays it onto his chest. Goes back to the halfway line to Clarke. And now Morris gets a return ball. Great challenge from Byram. Almost puts it through for Patrick Bamford in the same movement there, Sam Byram. Just ahead of the lead striker. And the keeper was out this penalty area just to deal with that one comfortably. Past the half-hour mark here at Ellen Road, 0-0 still. And what began as a game of chances in either half has turned into something more of a stalemate here as the two sides just try and put cohesive passage of play together.
Yeah, it's mainly played in the middle third rather than the attacking or defensive thirds. I'm just thinking, when was the last time that we played without an out-and-out winger? That's certainly a big feature if you think of our teams in years gone by. Tonight Aaronson's not really a winger, and obviously Gelhardt isn't, so different type of team we've got out there.
Leeds are defending here at the moment. The ball is just about cleared away, but there's a shot! And Darlow has to get smartly down to his left-hand side to make sure that Morris's effort doesn't become a major problem. And he holds on to the ball, and all is well.
Well, that's one of those that comes out 22, 23 yards out. He's got 2-3 yards of space. Plenty of bodies in the way. It does get a little deflection as well. And Darlow's actually thankful for that because it goes straight to him. Otherwise, that could have been a problem.
Leeds trying to get things going from the back here with Darlow on the ball in the D. Wober back to the goalkeeper. And then he goes long with this one, just to vary it. Bamford's not getting to that one, is he? Well, it goes beyond Patrick Bamford and Johnny Howson. And it's played back for Brynn, who takes a touch, which is risky, but he does it well with Brendan Aaronson coming in on quickly on him. And Boro is who have the ball on the halfway line. He likes that one, doesn't he? That was Jones this time dropping the shoulder, trying to beat Wober, but Wober read it. Aaronson and now Piroe from the far touchline for Leeds United. Piroe, short ball to his left to Firpo. Firpo stops, comes in, and it's played into the path of Aaronson. Aaronson wriggling this way and that on the edge of the box, and now a bit beyond. Goes back into Ampadu. He could put it in the penalty area. He sweeps it in along the ground. Turn from Piroe, but he loses out.
It's a great ball from Ampadu, but Piroe's first touch, it's okay. Second was just too far away. He tried to spin in very little space, but that's what we need to try and do, find Piroe. And we have done a couple of times, but just then needed to do a little better with it.
Leeds win a free kick just inside the Middlesbrough half. Ampadu takes it short to Rothwell, and now Wober halfway and then to the left. That's a nicely played pass into the path of Aaronson. Space to run at the defender. Comes back to Firpo. Firpo curls his cross into the middle. Goalkeeper comes and gets a good enough touch away through a crowd of players to ensure that those waiting in the middle don't get their opportunity. Middlesbrough go out to their right. They give the ball away. Aaronson steps in. Leeds need to try and press from this position. Rothwell trying to do just that now. Still going forward. Ran into trouble there, Rothwell, and the opportunity is gone, and Byram has fouled Gilbert. And as Gilbert was about to get away, even though he's in his own half, Sam Byram becomes the recipient of the evening's first yellow card.
Always going to be a yellow as well. It's a poor challenge. Stop the man, arm out, just in case the tackle didn't bring him down. And a yellow card, you'll have to be careful from now on.
10 to go before half-time. Middlesbrough with this free kick in their own half. Morris along the ground. Challenge comes in from Rothwell, but it's protected by Burgzorg. And Morris goes back to Clarke. Piroe shuts the door in front of Clarke, so he has to turn a different way, and then puts a really good ball over the top, as it turns out, to Engel down the left side. Ball into the penalty area. Coburn turns and shoots into the side netting. Wober just about did enough there, held him up well as Coburn tried to move first right, then left. Got his shot away, but wasn't at the right angle.
It was an excellent ball, wasn't it? Who's going with Engel? Bit of misunderstanding between Gelhardt and Byram, but I certainly think if your fullback's going to go, then your wide man's got to pick him up, and that was Joe Gelhardt, so need to sort that one out, but you're right, in the end we once again get away with it.
Wober to Ampadu. chance count is definitely in Middlesbrough's favour, whatever that means. As Aaronson can't get on the end of the header from Piroe. Ampadu goes in, tidies up. Now Aaronson, now Firpo to his left, leads a runners through the middle here. As Firpo goes further forward, helps it on to Aaronson. Aaronson forced away from goal a little, but drops the shoulder well, gets to the byline, skips inside a challenge, but then Clarke keeps his legs stretched out and just stops Aaronson from making further progress. Leeds win it back, Ampadu has it, comes back out for Rothwell. Now Wober to his left, further forward is Firpo. All of this still midway inside the Middlesbrough half. Now Rodon, who's on the edge of the centre circle. Back it goes to Rothwell. Rothwell with a short ball to Max Wober. He returns it. Rodon, maybe Leeds outfield player up in that Middlesbrough half. Gelhardt on the right hand side. Comes in and goes back to Rodon. And Rodon then square to Wober. Moves into a more advanced position, Max Wober. Firpo. Middlesbrough press and force Leeds all the way back into their own half, and Rothwell in fact actually goes all the way back to Darlow. To Rodon. And Wober. Wober once more.
Just can't get in behind them, can we? They're keeping it in front. We're having to play plenty of passes.
Leeds probe again with Aaronson and Wober. Firpo back into Ampadu. Middlesbrough's defensive shape holds as Gelhardt will try down the right side for Leeds now. Difficult, he wants to play on that left foot, but this time it works better because Piroe has it, plays it into the path of Bamford, not quite as it turned out. And he was just kept away from the ball by Dijksteel, and the goalkeeper came out and gathered it on the ground.
It was unfortunate. First probably a bit of link-up play between Piroe and Bamford. It's a good run. Certainly spotted the pass, but good defending by Dijksteel.
Goalkeeper on the edge of his 6-yard box. Plays it forward. Coburn chests it only into the path of Ampadu, gives it to Rothwell. Scurries off with the ball in front of him. Cuts it back to Firpo. He kind of didn't have an option to his right there. Had to go back into his own half. And Leeds were a little lucky that the oncoming Middlesbrough man couldn't control, and it went out for a throw-in.
There were Rothwell there, just with his first bad pass. You're right, scurrying around. He's certainly got quick feet. Really good passer of the ball.
Firpo passes back to Wober. Back to Darlow. First time right foot clearance from him to, well, Morris gets there ahead of Piroe, and Piroe's just put his foot up and caught Morris around about the chin, and that will be a Middlesbrough free kick right in the middle of the Leeds half.
Certainly a high foot, dangerous. How much of contact he made, I'm not so sure, but again, set piece is something we need to be aware of and always try and limit the opposition.
So it's Barlaser who stands over the ball. Wide right side, Middlesbrough in possession with Dijksteel. Back to Howson on halfway. Clarke in the centre circle. And then Engel on the left. Burgzorg goes back into his own half to Clarke. We're in the final 5 minutes of the first period, still await the first goal. Clarke to Burgzorg as Middlesbrough have a spell in possession here. Leeds having to do the chasing. Morris into the path of Howson. Very adept at pulling the strings through the middle there, Johnny Howson, all that experience he has. Barlaser, wide right, Middlesbrough beginning to edge forward, push Leeds back here. Before Rodon gets in ahead of Coburn. But then Leeds win it back with Bamford's challenge. Gelhardt slips at the key moment. He goes to ground. Middlesbrough win it back. Game goes on. And now it's the away side attacking Byram, does a really good job to intercept in the penalty area. And then Gelhardt just lost sight of that one a little, and Morris got in ahead of him just to put it into touch.
Just, you haven't got that much time and space out there. You just got to be aware of what's around you. It's a couple of times there. Gelhardt just gets robbed and caught. Good awareness, wasn't it, from Byram initially?
Byram has the ball in hand now to take the throw in. Gelhardt underneath it into Piroe. Good turn from Piroe to get away from Barlaser. Now opens things up by pushing the ball into the path of Firpo, just inside the Middlesbrough half. Back into Rothwell. Wober now on the ball in Leeds half. Ampadu onto Rothwell. Piroe closed down quickly and successfully by Howson. And it goes into touch for a Leeds United throw in.
It really does look like we're having to work very hard to pass our way through this side, rather than at times, obviously with wingers or Georginio out there, you know, some individual piece of brilliance.
Middlesbrough attacking into the penalty area, and it takes a deflection off Wober and goes behind, and it'll be a Middlesbrough corner, but Firpo remains down and injured in the Middlesbrough half. That happened right at the start of that forward movement.
Yeah, still down on his knees as well. Let's hope that that is nothing too serious, because clearly in the fullback areas we're not overly blessed. Obviously Wober can play left back.
So the medical team are on. Actually, Firpo will require treatment here. He's going to extend this first half beyond the 2 minutes that remain. And Middlesbrough have yet to take the corner kick that they earned for themselves as they push forward there.
You see it again. Yeah, hard to really blame the Middlesbrough man. His foot was fairly low, but Firpo just somehow lodged it underneath his studs as both of them went for a challenge.
Dijksteel, the man who stepped on Firpo's foot, which is why he's still being treated now before being helped to his feet. And Leeds will probably need to defend this corner with a man light, given that Firpo will now have to go off, having received treatment. And if he can run it off, then he'll come back on. If not, Leeds may yet have to contemplate a change. Bogle obviously is down on the touchline below.
It's going to be sore, that one, because obviously so many bones in the top of the foot. It'll just be a little bruised. Hopefully he can run it off, but no doubt it'll be tender.
Gilbert will take the corner kick for Middlesbrough in the final minute of the first half. Plays it out deep to the edge of the penalty box, headed back in by Clarke. Rodon can't get a header too far away, comes back out for Barlaser. Then Clarke, the central defender, delivers it into the area. Leeds get bodies around it. Ampadu's on it, and he just clears forward as far as he can. Engel picks up the ball again for Middlesbrough, so they remain in possession in the Leeds half. Engel from Barlaser. Goes back to Howson. Middlesbrough it is who are on top in the closing stages of this first period. Leeds miss an opportunity to win the ball back before Rodon does that, but then it's given away. Seen maybe too many instances of that. Leeds in possession, then conceding possession. Now they've got to defend, because the ball into the penalty area found Burgzorg in some space. He was closed down, but Morris still has it for Middlesbrough, and they're on the edge of the box, and they had two in, and they curl the shot goalwards, and that could have been much worse for Leeds. Darlow stretched and then realised it was going wide, but there were two clear inside the penalty area then.
Well, I think there's actually three of them. Look, only one coming back from an offside position, but got to be way more aware of the players around, who's picking them up. Fortunately, the finish was poor.
Leeds rather got away with that one, you might suggest, because it was not dissimilar to the equalising goal against Portsmouth on Saturday, where suddenly big pocket of space in front of the man in that position in the penalty area. Wober for Leeds. with the ball as we move into 4 minutes of added time. We're a minute in, actually. Byram. Rodon. Now Wober. Given away, lucky to win it back. Aaronson. Nice pass with the outstep, but Bamford is just offside as he skips past the goalkeeper. And as he looks goalwards first and then towards the assistant, he realises that chance of scoring is gone.
Well, that was actually unfortunate and very close. Oh, the feet of Matt Clarke, probably the chest of Bamford maybe, but whatever it is, we know Patrick Bamford, even with an armpit, can easily get offside. Was it Crystal Palace away, was it? In the Premier League? Yeah. Good run, good ball, just timing was slightly off.
2 to go in the added time period. Brynn with the ball headed over the halfway line by Gelhardt, but Clarke will defend it for Middlesbrough. Go all the way back to his goalkeeper. Bamford will chase him down. Played past him to Howson. Right side wide is Dijksteel. Pursued by Aaronson. Pulled down by Aaronson. Free kick Middlesbrough.
Don't mind seeing that from Aaronson though, because as we know, in his first season in the Premier League, certainly strength-wise, he found it tough. But hopefully, after a year away in the Bundesliga, he's come back, knows what to expect. And there, just a bit of a push on the fullback. Don't mind that at all.
Boro keeper Brynn on the ball. Plays it long. Firpo is penalised for his challenge, and he's yellow carded for his challenge as well. Did just seem to be a suspicion that Jones had got away from him there.
He's the wrong side. Positioning is out. Wrong side of his man. And once you get the wrong side, that's what could happen. And Jones cleverly just slows up rather than Firpo just trying to get back defending, goes straight through the back and gets himself a yellow card.
So Leeds have a little bit more work to do before the referee signals the break here, because they've got to defend this free kick. Position is midway inside the Leeds half. So there's a group of players on the edge of the Leeds penalty area. A big group of players on the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Barlaser prepares to take it for Middlesbrough. Barlaser, right-footed, curls it into the middle. Easy catch for Darlow on his edge of his 6-yard box, and the referee decides that that's enough for the first half, and the whistle goes. And as the two teams head towards the tunnel, I would guess that it's the away side's manager who will feel just that little bit happier, even though the scoreline is goalless.
Well, there's no doubt that Carrick will be delighted with his side, because they had to weather a bit of a storm at the start of the game. They had one chance early on, but after that we certainly started to control it, but didn't really then kick on, did we? And Middlesbrough got themselves back into the game. They started dictating terms without really testing Darlow too much, but unfortunately I thought as the half progressed we lacked a bit of imagination, didn't really get in behind them. They comfortably dealt with us, and then tactically we're struggling to break them down, so a bit of work to do at half time.
There you go. Half-time scoreline is Leeds United 0, Middlesbrough 0. So we're ready for the second half to start. Middlesbrough will get the game underway. The referee just checks with the two keepers. And then a check on the watch. And we're at 9:05 UK time as the second half starts again. Dijksteel with a ball back into Howson. And then Clarke pushes it out to Engel, the left back, given away to Rodon, but in turn given away by Rodon. Now there's a run for Gilbert through the middle. This is dangerous until he was stopped in his path by Wober, but Leeds lose the second ball again, and it's crossed into the middle, and it needs a sliding intervention once more from the Austrian on the edge of the 6-yard box. It goes out for a throw-in.
Not the start we wanted in the second half, just really slack and sloppy.
Aaronson goes in to block Dijksteel. who wins another throw-in for Middlesbrough. Level with the edge of the Leeds box, gets the ball back on the ground. Aaronson can't stop him. This time he does take the ball away from him. Tries to outrun him now, comes inside, and he's closed down by Morris, and the foot touch is finally off Aaronson. And so it's going to be another Middlesbrough throw-in, this time right in front of the Leeds technical area, which is currently vacant. Clarke at the back for Middlesbrough. Clarke out to his left to Engel. Gets the ball back. Morris comes into midfield, the American international. Two of them on the pitch tonight, Aaronson and Morris. Gilbert trying to play a ball over the top. Wöber's in with a header into touch for Leeds, covering ahead of Coburn there. Howson. And now Morris. Leeds working without the ball, but Rothwell just went through the back there of Barlaser. So that will be a Middlesbrough free kick inside their own half.
Just a little frustrated there was Rothwell. Good closing down, but still got to then close down properly, not give a foul away.
Clarke, long ball over the top. Byram against Coburn. And then it's lofted back to Carl Darlow, so he has to bring it under control with his midriff. And does that quite well, gets the ball out the penalty area. Firpo just puts it long over the top. Bamford will chase, but Clarke will cover. In fact, the goalkeeper's come out well out of his box to clear forward. Wober delivers a header back into the Middlesbrough half. Chested down by Howson from Morris. And Clarke and Engel back to Clarke, who will go back to the goalkeeper here. He's got plenty of time. Unmolested, eventually Bamford steps in, so he goes short to Clarke. Then Engel is brought into play down the Middlesbrough left, back in field to Barlaser. And it's Middlesbrough who have made much the better start to this second half than Leeds United.
Yes, they're moving the ball well, making us chase around. Okay, not really going anywhere in the last few minutes, but certainly more control than we are.
Howson. Straight ball forward, gets the return pass off Jones. Has it again. And then Gilbert is happy just to go back to the edge of his own box to the keeper. He's able to play it short forward to Barlaser. Wober comes in to attack the man in possession, but emerging with possession is Burgzorg. And then Clarke. Clarke again defensively. Long crossfield ball brought under control by Jones. And it's with Howson. And then down the right-hand side, and then a ball into the penalty area, and it's opening up for the shot on goal! And the opportunity for Dijksteel is taken, and he puts his shot beyond the dive of Darlow, and it's the Middlesbrough fans behind Darlow's goal who celebrate the first goal of this game. It's Leeds 0, Middlesbrough 1.
It's an excellent goal by Middlesbrough, but we made it oh so easy. Got to go with your man, but we don't, and he just carries on his run. Look where he starts his run from. That's just too easy to cut across, and after that, got to go to him. Someone has to go. Both Firpo and Rodon back off, and Dijksteel doesn't give up on the invitation. So fine, I'll carry on and I'll just slot it into the corner. Darlow gets a hand to it. Maybe he could have got a stronger hand. Not sure it was right in the corner either, but maybe he was obscured by the defenders. However, a good goal from Dijksteel from our point of view. Poor one to give away.
Leeds have it all to do with 50 minutes of this game having passed. And Boro, well, we said they'd made the better start to the second half, and they've absolutely enforced that point with the opening goal. Firpo. Back it goes to Wober. And Rodon. Rodon again in possession. Wober caught in possession. And it's broken now for Jones down the right-hand side. And then it's played into the path once more. And it's come into the middle, and it's struck goalwards, and a second time. And that could so easily, maybe should have been 2-0. Middlesbrough have crafted another excellent opportunity, and Burgzorg had 2 goes at it and put it ultimately wide.
Well, we're now getting ourselves into all sorts of bother. Got to keep a cool head. Mistake from Wober, and after that, Burgzorg has played really well tonight, I have to say. Gets the first one on target. Did well to keep that one out, but the second one was wild, and that keeps us in the game.
Rothwell easily cut out by Howson ahead of Bamford. Gilbert, Rothwell on the halfway line. Short back to Ampadu. Ampadu square to Rodon. And then out to the right side to Gelhardt. Ball played against the chest of the Middlesbrough man Engel. Out for a Leeds throw in.
Well, I can't imagine too many more minutes will go past without 1 or 2 changes being made. I would suggest more than 1 or 2 as well, because the way this is going, it's not going for us, and that has to change.
And Leeds have not fashioned anything of note in the opening 7-8 minutes of this second half.
No, we're just struggling to get it from our back third to the middle of the pitch. Any sort of space, closing that is good, their shape is good, but surely we should be posing many more problems to the opposition than we are.
Middlesbrough supporters in 2 sections of the stadium this evening are making all the noise. Wober over the top, looking for the run of Bamford. Clarke getting in ahead of Bamford to defend on the edge of the penalty area. As he goes down under the challenge of Bamford, the free kick is awarded to Middlesbrough.
It was actually decent play, it almost got there. Wober over the top to Bamford, but Bamford was always just the wrong side, and you can see there just a little push. Clarke got his arm across, and down he goes.
Defender definitely got the nod there, as Norman Hunter would once have described that. I'd have said that was almost 6 and 2 threes, but Bamford's lean into the defender saw him tumble, and the free kick was awarded. Morris back to the goalkeeper. Straight out to Gilbert, lays it wide to his right to Howson, still full of running. Into the centre circle. It's picked up off Barlaser by Morris, back to Barlaser. And now Howson. And Howson's, I think he may have over-exerted himself with that run forward, because he's gone to ground, he's kicked the ball into touch. I think he could be off here.
For sure, he's clearly felt something muscular as he's charged forward.
The older you get, I guess the greater the risk that those little bursts of pace forward bring a negative impact. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, a burst. You don't do that anymore. But Dijksteel did. Really was good, but he's afforded so much time and space.
Players come to the near side touchline for liquids as Howson continues to receive treatment on the halfway line. He's going to be substituted. I think it seems to be the signal, from the medical staff in the direction of Michael Carrick. So they now have a decision to make as to what they do, because their central defenders somewhat thin on the ground. So a man who has played in the central defence is the obvious choice. It's another ex-Leeds man who's coming on for them. It's one Luke Ayling.
And Howson, being experienced, as soon as he felt something, he went straight down. He knows it's important not to make things worse, but The armband is passed over to Luke Ayling.
Yeah, so it's Captain Luke. And huge applause for him. And his name, well, you don't see that very often, do you? Football fans tend to be of the opinion that once you've left, that's it. But Luke Ayling will be remembered fondly forever here at Leeds United, and the fans have just highlighted that, singing his name as he came on for the opposition. 57th minute, there's been a long delay to proceedings here as Leeds give the ball back to Middlesbrough, and Ayling gets his first touch. Some good-natured booing for Luke Ayling, just to remind him that, yeah, and again, that he's had the nice bit. Now he's playing against Leeds. And he looks and he just gives a little wave to those behind the goal.
And they have a laugh as well, the Leeds fans.
Appreciates the banter.
Yeah, all good-natured, but what isn't good-natured is this game, because it's not really going for us. We haven't built up any sort of head of steam or tempo or fluidity. It's stop-start. Middlesbrough will certainly be enjoying that. And of course they've got their noses in front, so we have to force things. We have to show concentration at the back, but quality going forward, and we really are struggling with that.
Again, Leeds can't really get the ball out the first third of the pitch, and it's back in the penalty area as Middlesbrough diligent in the press. So Darlow, no option but to go long, and when they do go long, invariably the result is a header forward clearing any potential danger. Ball is kept in play somehow by Middlesbrough on the left-hand side in their own half between Engel and Morris. Byram, short ball in field to Rothwell. Rodon into the centre circle to Wober. Max Wober, short back to Rodon, and Leeds have a clutch of subs down by the corner flag to our left, watching on. And as Aaronson loses possession, Morris plays a ball forward for Middlesbrough. And Burgzorg is chasing it, so is Byram. Got to be careful on a yellow card. And his clearances, or his attempted clearance, is successful because he did enough there to put Burgzorg off. And the ball goes behind and out for a goal kick. Just
looking at Rothwell as well, he's just was stretching his hamstring there. Hopefully nothing untoward there either, but we've got to be careful here because, you know, in our frustration, giving a sloppy pass away at the back, and suddenly if they are in and get that second goal, then things will change pretty quickly.
Through ball from Ampadu, looking for Bamford. Ayling challenges him successfully outside the penalty area. Given away though by Gilbert. Firpo picks up on the pass for Leeds United. Ampadu goes back to Rodon. The first time almost in this half, Leeds have all their players forward. And they're on the edge of the Middlesbrough box. Gelhardt with a cross into the middle. Ayling, who will be tenacious, you would imagine, to make sure that he helps Middlesbrough progress from this game at Ellen Road, heads the ball clear.
And a good header it was. Gelhardt trying to find Bamford in the box, but he's well marshalled and a good position taken up by Ayling.
No sign of movement from the bench for Leeds just at the moment, but we are up to the hour mark now, and Leeds are trailing here, so probably changes imminent. Ampadu, Byram in the Middlesbrough half, back to Ampadu halfway line. Rodon centre circle, now Wober into the middle. Bamford caught in possession by Morris. Coburn slips the ball through. Great chance for Middlesbrough here as they have the ball on the edge of the penalty area. Chance to wrap it up, perhaps. In it goes from Burgzorg. Leeds conceded possession and Burgzorg exacted full punishment and puts Middlesbrough 2 up here at Ellen Road.
Well, you can see that one coming. Exactly what I said to guard against, because you just get frustrated, you give the ball away in a dangerous area, and they're set up really well for the counter-attack. And Burgzorg, and we gave him a couple of chances earlier in the night which he didn't take. You can't keep giving good players more chances, and this time he does take it really well. We lose it, over-committed bodies forward, and it's just one long pass, isn't it, straight through. It's a good finish, but giving the ball away inside their half suddenly ends up in the back of our net. And Darlow here, well, I think he's just tried to guess. Got sent the wrong way completely, and a good finish from Burgzorg.
So we are past the hour mark, and Leeds are slipping out of this competition. So the changes will be run, and there'll be many of them. 5 to come on for Leeds United, and 2 for Boro as well. Last minute instruction to the quintet from Daniel Farke.
Well, now at 2-0, the only thing I would say is that in the first 5-10 minutes of the second half, I didn't see any difference anyway from the first half, so something has to change. If you just allow things to carry on, if something will change, you're going to concede again, and that's exactly what we've done. At 2-0, it's a very different game to just the one.
And Middlesbrough will feel their full value for it, because they've been much the better of the two teams in this second half in particular. Gelhardt goes down, no free kick, and there's a break on again. Another counter-attack here. The race is forward for Isaiah Jones. He's into the penalty area. Darlow goes down and just about does enough to put the Middlesbrough man off as he shoots goalwards, and his shot just drops wide.
I'm not quite sure how you can keep getting caught by doing the same thing. Look where we had the ball, and it's one pass straight through our defence. Positioning again is awful, and it ends up, or should have ended up, in the back of our net.
So now the changes begin, and Georginio is coming on, and Verba is coming off. Darlow's just got an issue in the meantime as well, the keeper. Gnonto is on. Struijk is on. And Byram comes off and Gruev comes on. And Bogle is actually the replacement for Sam Byram. This is... or is he? As Firpo comes off as well. So changes to almost half the team for Leeds, and in the meantime, Darlow has picked up a head injury in that last incident and is being treated outside the penalty area for what may be a cut, perhaps, to the head.
So just having a look, and I wonder, are we going to 3 at the back? Struijk, Rodon and Ampadu. Let's just see once things get underway, but no doubt now, with Bamford, Piroe, Gnonto on the pitch, a little bit more firepower, but we need to strike back quickly.
Darlow is definitely bleeding from a head wound. This looks like a wound on the forehead or just above the eye. Having just made 5 changes. Gelhardt was another of those, just making his way around the pitch, having been replaced. Maybe it's a whack on the nose for Darlow. Yes, it is. He's definitely been in the wars there, the Leeds keeper. And he's lying back on his back again here. This doesn't look good.
Not a good sign at all. Hopefully that's to just stem the bleeding.
The referee stands over him as medical staff try and patch him up. But in these circumstances, they will obviously err on the side of caution, ultimately clearing more blood away. And now Darlow smiles as he sits up and now runs back to take his place again in the penalty area. He's okay to continue. Leeds have still got the medical team on the pitch, so the game can't restart yet. So time to be added on here as we're in the 66th minute, and Leeds are at the moment tumbling out of the EFL Cup. 2-0 down at home to Middlesbrough. Darlow will get the game underway again with this kick out from the penalty area. Straight to the head of Dijksteel. And then nodded on for Jones. And now Gilbert back into Jones. He's in the penalty area again. Shoots, and it's into the back of the net. And Middlesbrough have a third here. Clipped in by Coburn from close range. He really couldn't miss as Jones pushed the ball into the Leeds penalty area. And it looks like Leeds' involvement in this competition is going to come to a fairly swift conclusion this season. Leeds 0, Middlesbrough 3.
That's another really poor goal. Okay, fortunate to get the ricochet that ends up at the feet of the striker, but even so, it's our goal kick. We lose the ball, then after that, just turns so easy to play a return pass. Once again, no one anywhere near. Ampadu comes across and does well to stop the shot, but it just deflects into the path of the oncoming Boro player, and Coburn can't mix and tucks it away. This is turning into a bit of a horror show.
And the Middlesbrough supporters just up the A1, A19, 45-minute drive back home for them this evening, are taking the opportunity to enjoy the horror show in all its glory. Gnonto, subs had barely had time to work out their bearings before Middlesbrough got themselves another goal, and they come again here. Jones tormenting Leeds down this right-hand side.
He's been a real pain, hasn't he, Jones? He's got a great turn of pace, we know that. And Dijksteel and Jones, certainly Middlesbrough's strength.
Georginio brought down by Luke Ayling as he ran towards the Middlesbrough penalty area. And Ayling will be yellow carded for that challenge. The referee points at him, and just to show that he is ultra professional, Luke Ayling cynically stops the Leeds man, his former teammate, in his tracks.
Well, he had to, because he was gone. He knows Georginio's going to cut across him, sticks out a leg and brings him down.
Rothwell and Gruev over the ball. Rothwell looks like he's favourite, does take it, goes far post, headed down. Piroe shot into a crowd and hit Clarke, who was lying on the ground in front of goal there. And that's Leeds' best moment in this second half by a million miles.
No, it certainly is, and actually Piroe does really well. He hits it hard and low, but Clarke does well, gets in the way. Needed that goal, didn't we, just to give everyone a bit of a lift.
Changes for Middlesbrough as McCormick is coming on and Finazaz is coming on. McCormick's a young defender. Azaz will go and play, I think, up front. So the game will restart with a Middlesbrough goal kick once the second of these two changes has been completed.
Burgzorg off, who's had a fine evening as well for Boro.
Goal scorer. We have 20 minutes to go here. Leeds are staring at the heaviest home defeat of Daniel Farke's period in charge. Ayling back to the goalkeeper. Struik's ball forward, bounces in front of Bamford. Ayling's all over the men in front of him. Struijk, Rothwell, Gruev, Gnonto, much better. Gnonto moving up towards the edge of the box, left foot, right foot, still going, goes to the byline, cuts it back into the middle. Comes off a defender into Georginio, puts it back in for Clarke, comes out Gruev. Well, he could have shot, but he elected to try and head it to Rothwell instead. It was a poor choice because now Leeds are defending the counter-attack. Ampadu gets a foot in to do just that. Rothwell picks it up for Leeds. Well, where was this 20 minutes ago? Gruev out wide right side to Bogle. Gruev again to Rodon. Now Struijk. Through the middle. Clarke gets there ahead of Georginio. And Jones marauding down the right for Middlesbrough once more. Plays the ball. Good ball in for Coburn's run in the box! And his shot is right across the face and just beyond the far post.
Well, fortunately, the shot was with his instep, so it was always just curling away, but didn't actually miss the far post by too much yet. Didn't go out for a goal kick, it just kept curling. And goes out for a throw-in on the far side because it was actually touched, wasn't it, by the keeper. I'm not sure it was quite going in, maybe hitting the post, but it could have been number 4.
Darlow just brushing it away from goal there. Middlesbrough get the throw in over on the far side. Through the middle, bodies again, shot on goal. I think, did Darlow get touched to that one as well? Apparently not. Darlow's furious that the figure of Dijksteel was allowed so much space through the middle then to have another crack on the Leeds goal.
Well, I think we are mentally frazzled. I mean, it's another really poor effort in that Dijksteel had so much time and space just to step forward, and the only surprise was he didn't hit the target.
That's 2 home games and 6 goals conceded. There is clearly still a bit of work to do, as Daniel Farke will no doubt confirm post-match. Rodon to Struijk. Bamford pursued by Ayling. Struijk to Gnonto. Middlesbrough don't really have to do anything now other than to keep their discipline. They've done that all night. Defensively, they've been a good unit.
Well, I think you mentioned their strength there is discipline, isn't it? Just their structure, you know exactly what they're doing, not getting out of position too often at all, whereas for us, we're having gaps left, right and centre, trying to get back into it, over-committing, losing the ball in poor areas, and paying the price.
Bogle, bit of space down the right, just outside the box, tries to cross it, comes back to Bogle, lets it run for a Leeds throw-in, takes it himself, back it goes to Ampadu to then play to Rodon, now short to Rothwell, to Struijk, and then Struijk out left side to Gnonto. Gnonto into the penalty area, runs parallel with the edge of the box. Rothwell lets it go across his body. Clarke again, good positional sense to make the block when the shot came in, and then an offside flag is raised.
Bogle coming back from the offside position, got involved in the play, hence offside.
So Middlesbrough more than happy with 15 to go here, plus whatever's to be added on, to take a free kick from the edge of their own box. Ampadu. Throw-in goes Leeds' way. Bogle on that far side takes it. Gruev. Now Struijk. Back to the Bulgarian. To Ampadu. Wide right to Bogle. Infield to Rothwell. Gets away from Gilbert, who fouls him. Right in the middle of the Middlesbrough half.
It's a yellow, surely. Yep.
Gilbert, it is, yellow carded.
And it's such a silly yellow to give away as well. You're 3-0 up. It's going to be pulled back, and you just go and tap the ball away.
Gruev to Ampadu. Bogle. Ampadu. Now Rodon. Behind Rodon from Struijk, so he has to scurry back to try and get the ball first. Then Ampadu steps in and then just puts it over the top. Bamford's too far ahead of Patrick Bamford. applauds the effort, but wasn't the right delivery from Ampadu, and the goalkeeper comes and takes that one comfortably.
I think that's certainly been a feature tonight. Our passing has just not been good enough. Not sharp enough, not good enough. And as we said before, the structure of this side we're playing against Boro is good. Spaces are at a premium, but even so, we expect to do a lot better than we're doing.
Gnonto in his own half plays the ball wide for Bogle. In it comes to Georginio, controls it well, needs to try and do something with it now. Eventually, just too much for him to do, and Jones gets it off him. Gruev wins it briefly back in midfield. Boro have it again with Morris.
I think if Ruter actually lets it go, originally the pass would have gone through to Bamford, and he was in.
Clarke. Morris finds himself all alone in the Middlesbrough half and gets the ball. And Dijksteel has it now to Gilbert. Well, he saw the ball through the middle there, couldn't quite execute it, but Coburn has it now for Middlesbrough. Back it comes to Gilbert. Never a good sign when the other team's fans are olaying every pass.
No, and that was Gnonto with a poor challenge on Alex Gilbert. And this is where we have to be careful and keep our heads as well. Yes, of course, we're frustrated. Yes, we want to show to everyone we want to try and get back in the game, but nothing silly either.
So Leeds have to defend a free kick, which is just in from the near side touchline, midway inside the Leeds half. And Gilbert takes the short ball, puts it into the box. Shot on goal. Well, actually not a shot on goal. A shot very well wide of the goal, as it turned out. Hit the corner flag.
Well, if the goal's at the corner flag, you're right. But yeah, to be fair, the swing was good. I thought, like you, it was heading goalwards, but always going well wide.
So it's a throw into Leeds by the corner in front of the Middlesbrough fans, who are inevitably enjoying themselves. Clarke defending a loose back pass. Goalkeeper making his debut has had a really quiet night, to be honest, after that very early save.
He made a good save, didn't he, first thing? That would have given him a lot of confidence. I'm sure he would have liked to have then made a few more, but hasn't really needed to, which unfortunately says a lot about our performance.
Rodon. Gruev is just to his left. Ampadu just to his right. Leeds edging forward. And Clarke steps in, takes it off Piroe. And Boro come again. Coburn through the middle. Rodon in front of him. And then Ampadu with a really well-timed challenge successfully gets the ball off the Boro man. Leeds. What has the referee done
ridiculous.
Here? Stops the play.
Well, it's a free kick against Ampadu, the foul on Ampadu, but we got the ball, and so advantage played. Then he wanted it back again. We did pass it back, and then we carried on, but no, he wants it within a yard of where we had it anyway.
So now the game finally will restart as we move into the final 10 minutes here. And Middlesbrough are about to make two more changes, and worryingly, Latte Lat is one of them.
Just what you don't want to see.
Ampadu, wide right to Bogle, down the line for Georginio. Again, Clarke, who's been impeccable in the heart of the Middlesbrough defence this evening.
He's been good, hasn't he? Yep, he's been absolutely everywhere. Any corner or free kick, he's got his head onto it. Down the channel, he's been strong. Defended well, marshalled his troops well.
Coburn's coming off. Maybe his last appearance in a Middlesbrough shirt, if the speculation proves to be true. And looks like Jones is the other man to depart. Hamilton to replace him. Micah Hamilton, who's arrived from Manchester City, and Latte Lat we know all about. 4 times he scored against Leeds last season.
You got any good news, Brynn?
No,
Okay.
I have nothing for you, I'm afraid.
Okay.
No, I'm trying, but I'm struggling here. Georginio is also struggling to hold on to the ball, and there's a late challenge from Ampadu. Just left his foot in there against Azaz. And Middlesbrough seeing this one out pretty comfortably, it has to be said. Inside the final 10. Barlaser. Short ball to Gilbert. Rothwell. Gruev can't control. Barlaser can. Gilbert has also been busy in that midfield for Middlesbrough. Poor ball, given straight to Piroe, nicely into Bamford. Tried to cut it back for Rothwell, comes instead for Gnonto. He can't control just outside the area. I think the moment's gone here for Leeds. Morris will clear, does that. And Middlesbrough get the second ball once more as Struik's pass is astray. Gnonto wins the ball back for Leeds. And now there's space for Bogle to his right. Bogle on to Georginio on his foot for a shot! Hits the foot of the post, and then Piroe with an open goal in front of him from the rebound off the post puts his header wide.
Sums up our night rather nicely. Excellent play from Georgie. Bends it into that bottom corner, but just hits the post, comes flying out very quickly at Piroe. He does well to react and get a header to it, but cannot steer it on the goal. Just a yard wide, but unfortunate. Even so, it does look a little too late, unfortunately, but that was certainly better.
Leeds have a few bodies forward here. Bamford through the middle, closed down well defensively, and the ball is cleared forward for Hamilton. Quickly won back by Struijk, but breaks kindly once more for Hamilton. Gilbert, Dijksteel, and then Morris. Gruev's got to get back in position as Morris carries the ball forward. Goes to his left now.
Thanks, another player that's played really well. Morris in that midfield looks very good. He's been calm in possession, strong in the tackle, and technically looks certainly very good.
Goalkeeper almost made an error there. He actually put the ball up onto the head of Georginio in the penalty area, but again, it was a quick reaction and he couldn't direct it on target. Attendance tonight, 35,150. So really good crowd, not a really good performance that they've the vast majority have witnessed. Brynn with the ball forward, Rodon with a header back. Morris they picked up for a song. I think they paid $4 million for him from Columbus Crew.
Certainly looks very good value on this showing. He has certainly bossed it in there.
Brynn taking a long time over his release of the ball from the penalty area, much to Bamford's frustration. Finally it's kicked long. Headed down by Ampadu for Bogle. 5 to go. Darlow to Struijk. Gnonto back to Struijk. And Bamford in his own half. Smuggles it back to Gruev. Crossfield ball for Bogle. Georginio, right side touchline. Now in field. Options to the far side of the penalty area. Of all the passes that were available to him, the toughest one was Gnonto. That's the one he went for, and the ball sailed behind for a goal kick.
Just the spin was always going to take the ball away from Gnonto. I thought it was actually might have been for Piroe at one point, but that run didn't come.
Ampadu battling away down the far side successfully for Leeds. One man who you will guarantee will keep running right to the end, no matter how the scoreboard reads, Ethan Ampadu. Gnonto. Gruev. Bogle hugging the touchline. Has the ball. Gives it back to Rothwell. Gruev. Gnonto. Now Struijk. In it goes to Gnonto. Cuts the ball back into the middle. Ayling defends it there. Hamilton has it. Gruev almost gets it, but Morris again strong in the midfield for Middlesbrough. But Leeds win it back. Georginio. Still going, Georginio. Tries a shot. Spins up in the air and it's cleared away. Ampadu battling in the centre circle with the Lat. When the ball came into Lat, a little fortuitously, it was a misplaced pass because there's wide open spaces behind him. He didn't get the chance to run into them. Gnonto down the line for Struijk, playing like a left winger for Leeds here. And then when the cross comes in, it comes off Ayling first and then Struijk, and so it's a goal kick.
Nothing really is dropping for us. And now just look at the body language of the boys out there. I think they know their night is done. Certainly, we're going to be looking for a real big response on Saturday, aren't we, to this? Because, okay, it is the EFL Cup, but it's the performance, more importantly, that we needed to take something into that West Brom game. Well, I think Daniel Farke will be having a few stern words, I think, and try and get them back to their best, because we saw in pre-season, didn't we, that actually we were playing well. We had a really good system, a way of playing. We looked confident, we were tight at the back. Yet the start of the season has been, unfortunately, a bit like the opposite. 6 goals conceded, as you say, Brynn. That's at home in a couple of games is not good.
Well, it's always said, isn't it, that pre-season, you can have a great pre-season and a really poor season, and the opposite can apply as well. So often hard to know what to make of it, but Leeds have looked impressive in the warm-up matches, and the competitive ones have provided many more problems thus far. Huge noise from the Middlesbrough end. Leeds chasing a consolation. It's too far ahead of Piroe from Bogle, and that will be an easy decision for the goalkeeper to let it run out for the goal kick. And we're in the last minute. Shake of the head as we see a shot of Daniel Farke down below. Goalkeeper looks like he's going to keep a clean sheet here. Morris on the halfway line, not once but twice. And then Clarke back to the keeper. Dijksteel. Barlaser. Now Ayling. And Middlesbrough just happy to play it around. They're probably, the board's about to go up. Yeah, and you thought there would be. Thanks, guys. 8 minutes to go.
We can still do it, Brynn. We can still do it.
I was rather thinking 8 more minutes of this, but yeah, you're right. It's the wrong attitude completely. Just one goal could make all the difference here. Ampadu out wide to the far side. Georginio sweeps the ball into the penalty area. The goalkeeper gets up high. Bamford was waiting at the far post, but the goalie got in ahead of him and made the catch.
Well, at least we've kind of made him work a little bit. Just plucked that one out the air, but yeah, overall there's no doubt that very disappointing performance. But Boro have come here and done a good job on us, and it's okay saying yes, but we made 8 changes. Well, so did they. So that's That's just an excuse.
More defending to do. Latte up to the edge and into the penalty area here. Struijk has gone across quickly to close him down. Support arrives for him with Gilbert, and then the shot from Azaz is just past the far post. Darlow at full stretch, watched it just brush that post to his left-hand side and go behind.
Certainly quick and bright and sharp on the attack, aren't they? And then good support to Latte. And Aziz just trying to find that bottom corner, wasn't too far away. Angles it back across Darlow, always bending around, but never quite enough, thankfully.
Gilbert's ball goes up in the air, drops in front of Gnonto. Hamilton wrestles him away from it. And then runs into Pascal Struijk, who makes it clear that he wasn't entirely impressed with the lollipops that Hamilton was trying in front of him. And the card comes out for that challenge from Pascal Struijk.
Well, it was a flick and a flack, and Struijk thought, you can forget that. Bang, down to the ground he goes, but just frustration.
Barlaser. Crossfield ball, Bogle will win. Header down to Bamford. Sets off forward. Then cuts it back to Gruev. Leeds getting bodies forward here as they try to launch a late attack with Gnonto on the left. Runs into Hamilton, wins a corner. Comes off Hamilton. And Leeds send players up from the back. A long time. Is this Leeds' first corner of the second half? Gnonto goes into the middle, headed away by Clarke, almost inevitably there. Ball out wide to Gruev. Curls his cross in. Looping header goalwards is an easy catch for the goalkeeper off the forehead of Piroe.
And those sort of crosses, they're 10-15 yards outside the 18-yard box, so they're easy to defend against, and it's have to be absolutely perfect. You need to try and get in behind defenders, get them turned, get to the byline, mix things up a bit. That's just really straightforward for Boro to sort out.
Ball over the head of Rodon, bouncing through for Darlow. 4 more minutes to go. Rodon to Struijk. Gnonto. Gnonto. Short ball to Rothwell. Gnonto goes under the challenge. Leeds have a free kick, 15 yards outside the Boro box. Gruev over it. Rothwell comes to join him. And Middlesbrough put the wall on the edge of the D. Gruev with the last chance perhaps for Leeds here to have a crack on the Middlesbrough goal. Looks like he's going to have a go at this one as the referee waits, now signals. In it goes, and it bounces just wide of the post from Gruev. On target, causes the goalkeeper a real issue, but it was just wide.
I think Brynn might have been getting across anyway. Yeah, he was way past his near post.
Ayling to Hamilton, and then Struijk just delivers it back to Piroe on the halfway line. Gnonto trying to get forward, given away by Piroe, straight to Dijksteel. Ampadu goes across to block off Azaz. and that will be a Leeds throw-in. Ethan Ampadu into Joe Rodon. Now Rothwell. Bogle, right touchline for Leeds. Beyond Georginio though. Clarke's covering, but he's conceded a corner. So Leeds have at least one more chance to put a ball into the Middlesbrough penalty area as we move towards the final minute of this first round Carabao Cup tie. Headed away as far as Rothwell, given out to Gruev. Back in it goes. Keeper's missed it completely, and Piroe waiting behind him could not turn the ball in. It eluded him, went beyond him, and the goalkeeper's error is unpunished.
We're not scoring tonight, Brynn.
What gives you that impression?
Not scoring tonight at all. Decent ball in, wasn't it? That's how Struijk trying to get on the end of it. Keeper makes a right mess of it, but it just would not fall kindly for Piroe at the back stick.
Forward it goes. Bogle watches it out. Throw in to Rodon. And Struijk returns it to the Welshman. Now Ampadu. Seconds remaining. Bamford in the box. Tries a very ambitious volley, and that's the final touch of what's been an extremely disappointing night for Leeds, who exit the cup at the first time of asking, and comprehensively beaten at home here by championship rivals Middlesbrough, who fully took advantage of a lacklustre Leeds performance to march on. Leeds United will have to get things back on track with a difficult-looking championship fixture to come away from home at West Brom at the weekend. Not a good night. Leeds are out. It's finished. Leeds United 0, Middlesbrough 3.
Quite simply, the better side won. Really was a disappointing evening. I thought we started okay. There was end-to-end stuff, but as the game progressed, we really lost our way, lost our certainly imagination in that last third. Against a side that was really well organised. They were diligent. They concentrated well, but some of our defensive shape really was poor once we gave the ball away needlessly in that midfield area. Led to our own downfall, but at the same time, Middlesbrough had to play well, had to take those chances, and they certainly did. We made some changes. It was slightly better, but let's be honest, we were always second best. So put this one to bed. Forget about the EFL Cup for this season, and let's bring on West Brom, and let's hope we get a good response from the boys.
That's what we're looking towards now. That is Saturday lunchtime, so we'll be on the road and looking for Leeds United to show a big improvement in terms of the performance they put in that next fixture, because this has not been a great night, and the fans who've stayed in the ground are gamely applauding the players, but quite a few have already departed. The players return it, but the players will know it needs to be better. Full-time scoreline, it's finished here. Leeds United 0, Middlesbrough 3.